And welcome to the Sports Authority. I'm Harvey Smilovitz. Need your fantasy facts? We have them at the bottom of the screen momentarily. The voice of the Bengals, Brad Johansson, will sit down with the star of today's game, Rudy Johnson, to discuss his big actions. Plus, our Who Asked You gang offers their analysis. But we'll kick it off with the highlights from today. If you watch Bengals Nation with Marvin Lewis last night on Local 12, you heard the head coach give his must for today's game against the Browns. His Bengals needed to come out with energy and burst and out-hustle the Browns. But his message doesn't get through to the team today.
And now, Bengals fans, please welcome head coach Marvin Lewis and your Cincinnati Bengals.
Local 12 photographers Ed Burkholder and Chris Hirsch at Paul Brown Stadium today. The Bengals go 3 and out to start the game. Browns go to work. Reuben Drones, left end, 17 yards before Kevin Caseforhorn brings him down at the 33. 6 plays later, 1st and goal. Rookie Charlie Fry looking to pass on the rollout, finds no one open. He does it himself. First career rushing touchdown, covering 3 yards. It's Browns 7-0. The Bengals have the answer with a 10-play drive sparked by Rudy Johnson from his own 45. Rudy goes right tackle for a 14-yard pickup to the Browns 41. Next play, Rudy finds another hole. Give him another 16 yards. And on 2nd and goal, Johnson finishes things off. 8 yards, nearly untouched. His 10th touchdown this season makes it 7-all. Next Bengals possession, Chris Perry on the carry, slips on the turf. Gotta feel sorry for Perry. Injured, remember last season? Sprains his left ankle today, gets carted off, and Perry told me he's not sure if he'll play next Sunday in Detroit. Very next play to start the 2nd quarter, Carson Palmer thinks he has an open Chad Johnson, but doesn't see the sitting linebacker. Andre Davis, the interception, Carson's 8th this season, returned to the 19. It takes the Browns 5 plays to capitalize. 3rd and goal at the 2. Fry on the play action pass. Finds tight end Steve Hyden at the goal line in front of Hannibal Navies. 14-7 Cleveland. Once again, the Bengals reply with points. Rudy runs 5 times in a row for 54 yards. This one covers 32 yards down to the 5. Rudy 19 carries for 124 yards, and that's just the first half. The drive stalls. Shane Graham comes on for the field goal, 21 yards, cuts the deficit to 14-10. Browns go 3 and out. Bengals at 4th and 1 at the 40. Palmer sneaks for the first down. Bengals now just 2 for 8 on 4th down conversions. The 13-play drive eats up more than 6.5 minutes. Graham's 27-yard field goal in the waning moments makes it a 14-13 game at the half. The visitors come out of the locker room inspired, and Fry continues his solid play. Hits Antonio Bryant for a pickup of 17 yards. The Browns run 14 plays, covering 60 yards. Phil Dawson hits a 41-yard field goal just inside the upright, extending the lead to 4 points, 17-13. Bengals then go 3 and out. Next Browns possession, Fry finally makes a mistake looking for Frisman Jackson. Instead, it's Delta O'Neal. Interception, returned 9 yards to the 37. O'Neal's 9th pick ties the Bengals franchise record set by Ken Riley in '76. Ensuing drive, 3rd and 6 from the 33. Palmer to TJ, 10 yards, first down, and the drive is alive. Now 3rd and goal from the 4. Who else? Carson to TJ as he backs his way into the end zone with 2 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Bengals lead 20-17. Browns threaten to take the lead late 4 at 3rd and 10 from the Bengals 12. Fry forced out of the pocket, rolls right, pass intended for Jackson, sails right to O'Neal, but he can't hold on for interception number 10. Dawson comes in, nearly misses the 29-yard field goal. Nevertheless, we're all tied, 20-all, 4:19 to go. Final drive, 2nd and 9 from the Bengals 39. It's Rudy, right tackle for 12 yards into Cleveland territory. 3rd and 3, 1:57 to go. Carson finds Chad on the comeback route. Just Chad's 2nd catch of the game, moves the chains, clock keep on running. 3rd and 8 from the 33. Carson wants Chad, can't connect, but that's because Lee Bodden was holding. Big penalty, 1st down. 3rd and 10 from the 28. Carson wants Chad, can't connect this time because Bodden pushes him down. Illegal contact, another 5 yards, and a fresh set of downs. With 1 tick left, it's Golden Graham, a 37-yard field goal. It's up, and it's good. And the Bengals escape a true Battle of Ohio with a 23-20 win. Now Fry, a respectable 16 of 24, 138 yards. Palmer finishes with just 93 passing yards and a season-low in completions with 13, in yards with 93, and passer rating 53.5. It's just the 2nd time this season he has been held to a passer rating of under 100. Chad, just 2 catches for 22 yards. Rudy, a season-high 30 carries for a season-high 169 yards. Now, the Bengals honored state football champion St. Xavier during the game. If they expect to have the same success As the Bombers in the playoffs, these are the kind of games you have to win. That's why inside the locker room, I found a team happy to secure a victory, maintaining control of their own destiny and brimming with confidence.
It was a good thing to be a part of, just for everybody, and I feel like it builds confidence with me to make these kicks and to have these opportunities, and with the guys on the team. I've missed a couple this year I don't think I should have missed, and hopefully this helps build confidence with my teammates and myself.
We played games like this before, and we've won some, we lost some, but I think being able to look back on it and say, hey man, we've been in these games before, and you got guys saying, hey, knowing that you're going to win the game in some kind of way, everybody knew we would win the game at the end, but we knew that they wouldn't lay down for us.
I knew our guys was going to come out. They were on pace, moving the ball all game. And, if you give them a chance to, win the game 9 times out of 10, I'm going to give it to them.
I guess they didn't want us to throw it all over the place today. We did what we needed to do to win. The running game worked very well. When we needed the passes and the throws, we got them. When it really, really counted. And that was towards the end on that last drive. And that's all that matters.
A win is a win, just like a loss is a loss, and there is no, we'll take it 1 point or 30 points, however it took. That team was battling their butt off today, which we knew they would.
Now tonight, you make the call. What is the best thing about today's win? Rudy runs for 169 yards. Carson and Chad struggle, yet the team still wins. Graham's clutch kick, or the defense stops the run. Call 345-1212. I want your vote. And welcome back. The Bengals score 117 points the last 3 weeks with a high-tech, no-huddle offense. But today, in a cold and good old-fashioned grinded-out game, it comes in handy. Is that how the Who Asked You gang sees this? Well, let's toss it over to the voice of the Bengals, Brad Johansson. Oh, Brad.
Harvey, thanks. Time for Richard Skinner. Once again, flying solo on this one. We missed Joe Walter. It's probably just too much for him to handle.
From what I understand, he was overburdened by Christmas shopping today, Brad. So,
my guess
Joe,
is he's at the
okay
mall.
Today,
he's
buddy.
probably hanging at the mall. This is a win, and this is what good teams do, even though they didn't look like a good team today.
You know what's funny? I was trying to think, in this year of victories, everybody in the NFL is going to win one on a late field goal, just about.
Right.
Every single solitary team just about is going to win one. And funny, leading up today, I thought, Bengals are probably not going to have that at any point this year, and voila, you get it today. And yeah, I mean, it almost felt like a loss. The whole game long, you felt they're going to lose this, and I don't know why, yet still at the same time they come out of it with a victory, and that's all that matters.
This is one of those things where we've said, Carson Palmer, how much better can he get? And he comes back down to human level today. But the thing is that this team now has figured out, okay, it's not working this way, let's do it this way, and it turned out to be Rudy's game.
Yeah, and teams that are one-dimensional can get stopped in a game like that. If the Bengals were a passing team, and they do pass the ball obviously very well, but if they were that one-dimensional passing team, they wouldn't have won today's game. Yet you turn to your tailback 30 times and you say carry the load for us, and while towards the end and towards the second half, Cleveland did a better job of loading the box up and loading gaps up and stopping Rudy. When they needed him to get yards and he needed to get yards, he was able to do that.
Now he's smiling today because he gets 30 carries, but are the Bengals smiling today because Chris Perry is down? Chris won't go into details. The x-rays apparently are negative. He has a sprain, but a sprain can be very, very bad. He had a sprain going into this game. If you lose Chris Perry, how much do you lose?
I think you lose quite a bit, and even though they've gone to him less and less over the last 3 weeks, it looked like today they wanted to go to him every couple of series. It looked like early on they decided we are pounding the football and we have to give Rudy a blow. I think it also says something, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this one. Did any other running back even come into the game to spell Rudy at any point in time after Chris got hurt?
No.
I don't think so, which tells you there's a large drop-off in the coaches' minds from Chris Perry to number 3.
There's nobody else.
And that's true.
You've lost Kenny Watson, so you've already got him on IR. You have nobody else to go into.
Jeremy Johnson
would be the only one to back up, and you've got an H-back running in Reggie Kelly, which he's basically done for the last 2 games. This team is going to struggle if they don't have Chris Perry.
I agree with you. And again, while they've limited him the last few weeks, I don't think it's been totally by design. And again, you could tell today they wanted him to get maybe 10, 12, 13 carries. Before he got hurt, Brad, he might have been in that whole series for all we know. Right. That whole drive long, which would have been another, 3, 4, 5 carries maybe?
Could have been possible. Defensively, you're still going to have some worries. Charlie Fry is a decent quarterback.
Nice job.
He was decent against Jacksonville. He does some things. I think poised is probably the best word because he does some things out of pocket that are very good. This Cleveland Browns team is not as bad as people might have thought. They've lost now 5 games within a touchdown or less.
And I think that shows you they're not very talented overall, yet Romeo Crennel's probably squeezing everything he can of them. Maurice Carthon, the offensive coordinator, I thought today did a great job of not getting Charlie Fry in 3rd and 13s. I mean, they threw some on 1st down. They got him out of the pocket some. You know, a couple times the Bengals blitzed, and it looked like the perfect call, yet they also had the right call to roll him away from that blitz. And, you know, he did a nice job buying time. I don't think they threw the ball down the field once, but they're probably not at that stage yet to throw the ball down the field. They're missing Braylon Edwards on top of it. So, you know, Cleveland's a solid football team, but you can tell either you have talent or you don't, and they coached them as much as they could, but they just don't have enough talent to win.
And they're more solid when Reuben Drones runs.
Absolutely.
And he has run for an average of about 110 yards a game. They hold him 21 carries, 74 yards today, about just a little over 3 yards per carry. This team, when they have to stop the run, are able to do that.
Yeah.
At least they did today.
Yeah, and again, you know, they also had a couple, you know, if Delta doesn't drop the interception in the end zone, the Bengals probably run out the clock to win 20-17 too. You know, they wouldn't have gotten that field goal. So they came up with Delta's one interception, which stopped a drive, the other one that he almost had in the end zone that would have stopped another drive. And while, look, this defense is never going to be the Chicago Bears, all right? We know that. This year, they're not going to stop people on a consistent basis. If they can stop them when they need to, like they did today, this is still a team that's going to win a playoff game or two.
Did you? And there's going to be talk because it wasn't a blowout. Did you see a lack of focus today? Do you anticipate a lack of focus for a Detroit game? They still haven't really clinched that AFC North situation. You wouldn't think there would be a lack of focus.
No, but I think there was a little bit of a lack of focus. You saw a couple drop balls. You saw Carson make a couple of bad decisions on passes. You saw John Thornton jump off sides when it was pretty clear after the third hut that they weren't going to do anything other than try to draw him off sides. And funny, I don't even think it was a Cadence that drew John offside. Right. It was almost like he flinched. So you got to imagine that was a little lack of focus. But you know, over a 16-game stretch, how many times have we talked about this team losing focus? Not very often. And when they've lost because they've been outplayed, not because of focus.
Do they go to 11-3 in Detroit?
Oh yeah, I think so. And today was maybe good. You win ugly. At the same time, you got a lot of things that coaches can snap attention to, and you can realize, wow, if we do lose focus just that much, that any team in the NFL can beat you. And so hopefully that's a good thing.
It's probably good that Pittsburgh won today. Just
it probably is too.
Focus.
Keeps their attention.
Skinny, thanks very much. Harvey, we'll send it back to you.
You made the call, now the results. We asked, what is the best thing about the Bengals win? 36% go with Rudy. Another 34% feeling good about Graham. The defense gets a little love. Thanks if you phoned us.